Have you ever felt trapped in a relationship despite knowing it's unhealthy? Maybe you found yourself constantly questioning why you can't just walk away, even though deep down you know it's time to let go. Join me as I dive deep into the struggle of breaking free from a narcissistic partner, and let's uncover together why I just can't seem to let go. Narcissistic relationships can create a toxic cycle, keeping you stuck in emotional highs and lows. One moment, you're on top of the world, loved and cherished, and the next, you're plunged into confusion, self-doubt, and emotional pain. But why is it so hard to break free? Why is it so difficult to let go of someone who's hurting you? That's exactly what we'll be exploring today. Let's get into it. Narcissistic relationships are unlike any other. They create a unique and deeply troubling cycle that's hard to break free from. Imagine this. One moment, you're on top of the world. You feel loved, cherished, and special, like you're the only person that matters to your partner. Their affection feels like everything you've ever wanted. It feels real, doesn't it? But then, just as quickly, the mood shifts. You're suddenly hit with emotional distance, criticism, or even outright neglect. It's like you've fallen off a cliff. Everything you thought you knew about your relationship feels shaken. You question yourself, your worth, and even your own reality. You wonder, what happened to the love you once felt? And why does everything feel so off now? This emotional roller coaster is the hallmark of a narcissistic relationship. The highs are so high, and the lows, they can feel like a free fall into emotional despair. It's a cycle that's almost impossible to break, because when you're up, you feel like you're on top of the world, but when you're down, it feels like your whole world is crashing in on you. The worst part? It's not always clear where the manipulation starts or ends. You may find yourself asking, am I imagining things? Is this my fault? These are questions you'll often ask yourself as the narcissist uses tactics like love bombing, emotional neglect, and gaslighting to confuse you. The relationship feels like it's in constant flux, leaving you wondering what's real and what's not. In this video, we're going to break down the confusing and painful dynamics of narcissistic relationships. We'll explore the emotional highs and lows, how they affect your sense of self, and why it's so hard to recognize the toxic pattern. If you've ever felt trapped in this cycle, you're not alone, and you're in the right place to start understanding why it's so hard to break free. Leaving a narcissistic partner is never easy. It's not just about the physical act of walking away. It's the emotional and psychological battle that makes it so incredibly difficult. You're constantly caught in a whirlwind of guilt, confusion, and a deep sense of self-doubt. Maybe you found yourself wondering, is this my fault? Am I the one who's broken? You start to believe that maybe you're just imagining things, that the love you once shared should be enough to fix everything. But no matter how hard you try, the pain doesn't go away. The guilt you feel is real, and it's something that's often used against you. Narcissists are great at making you feel like you're responsible for everything that's wrong in the relationship. When things go wrong, they blame you. When they act out, you feel like it's something you've caused. This constant blame leaves you questioning your own worth. You feel like you've failed, that maybe if you tried harder, things would be different. And that's a hard place to be, especially when you're not sure who you can trust anymore, your partner, your feelings, or even your own mind. It's easy to start feeling like you're the one who's flawed. The emotional toll can be overwhelming. When you try to make decisions, whether to stay or leave, you feel like you're walking on eggshells. You don't know what's going to set them off next. Will they explode in anger, or will they turn on the charm, telling you everything you want to hear just to keep you around? This unpredictability is exhausting, and it makes it impossible to think clearly. Every decision feels like it's being made under a heavy cloud of doubt, making you second-guess everything. Confusion is another powerful force in these relationships. You might feel like you're losing grip on reality, wondering if what you're feeling is valid or if you're just overreacting. They'll gaslight you, twist your words, and make you doubt your perception of the situation. And that's when the self-doubt creeps in. Maybe I'm the one who's crazy, you start thinking. Maybe I'm just too sensitive or not good enough. It's a constant battle between what your gut is telling you and the manipulative narrative they've crafted around you. But here's the truth. You're not alone in this. What you're feeling is valid. The confusion, the guilt, the self-doubt, they're all part of the cycle. And no matter how much it feels like it's your fault, the truth is, these feelings are being manipulated. It's not you. It's the emotional abuse that's making you question everything. And while it may feel overwhelming, acknowledging this is the first step to breaking free. The emotional toll of being in a narcissistic relationship is immense. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, and their tactics are designed to keep you under their control. Whether it's gaslighting, love bombing, or emotional devaluation, these tactics erode your sense of self and make you doubt your reality. They create a world where you are constantly questioning what's real, where your feelings are ignored or invalidated, and where you are made to feel like you are the problem. Take gaslighting, for example. It's one of the most powerful manipulation tools in a narcissist's arsenal. Gaslighting makes you doubt your own perceptions. Your partner will convince you that you're overreacting, that you're too sensitive, or that the things they did or said never even happened. It's subtle at first, but over time, it wears you down, leaving you wondering if you're losing your mind. You question your reality, your memories, and even your emotions. It feels like you're trapped in an alternate reality where nothing makes sense, and that confusion is exactly what they want. Then there's love bombing. In the early stages of the relationship, they shower you with love, affection, and attention, making you feel like you finally found the perfect partner. But it's not real love. It's a manipulation tactic. They use it to hook you, to make you feel special, and to create an emotional bond. Once they've secured that bond, they begin to pull back, using emotional devaluation to chip away at your self-esteem. You're left feeling like you have to constantly earn their love and affection, always wondering what you did wrong, even though nothing you do is ever enough. These tactics are incredibly effective because they mess with your sense of reality and make you question yourself. You begin to wonder, am I really the one who's flawed, or is it me who's overreacting to everything? And in this constant state of confusion, it's easy to lose sight of who you really are and what you really need. But here's the important thing. Understanding these tactics is the first step in breaking free. Once you start recognizing that your feelings and perceptions are valid and that the confusion isn't your fault, you can begin to take back control of your reality. You're not crazy, you're being manipulated, and that's something that can be healed. The attachment that forms in narcissistic relationships can be incredibly strong, and it's not love. It's called trauma bonding. Trauma bonding happens when you become emotionally attached to someone who is abusive or manipulative. The highs of the relationship, when you're showered with love and attention, feel intoxicating, almost like a drug. It feels so good to be the center of their world, and in those moments, you might feel like everything is perfect. But then, the abuse comes. It could be emotional neglect, criticism, or manipulation. And when that happens, you're left feeling empty, confused, and hurt. You try to make sense of it, but the pain you feel only deepens your need for the highs that come when they show you affection again. This cycle becomes addictive. The emotional highs and lows create an intense bond that's hard to break. You keep going back, hoping that things will return to the way they were when everything seemed perfect. This cycle is incredibly confusing because, on the one hand, you're being hurt and mistreated, but on the other hand, you're deeply attached to the person who's causing that pain. The emotional attachment that develops during these moments of intense highs and lows makes it feel impossible to leave, even though you know you're being hurt. You might even find yourself justifying their actions or making excuses for their behavior. The love you feel for them is real, but it's based on manipulation, not a healthy connection. So, why is it so hard to leave? Because trauma bonding makes you feel addicted to the emotional roller coaster. You crave those moments of validation, those rare glimpses of affection, and the illusion of being loved. But the truth is, this attachment is based on a false sense of security, a sense of security that's built on manipulation, not real love. And that's why it's so hard to let go. But here's the good news. Understanding that this bond is not based on healthy love is the first step toward breaking free. It's not your fault that you feel stuck. You've been conditioned to crave the highs, but now that you understand the cycle, you can begin to free yourself from it. The attachment you feel is real, but it's not true love. It's manipulation, and that's something you can heal from. Narcissistic partners use manipulation to keep you feeling powerless. Every time you try to assert yourself, they twist your words or blame you for the issues in the relationship. You feel like you're constantly walking into a trap, unsure of what's real. These tactics make it harder to trust your own instincts or make rational decisions. Here's the turning point. The moment everything changes. It's about recognizing that you deserve better. You deserve love. You deserve respect. You deserve peace. These aren't just words. They're truths that you need to hear and truly believe. For so long, I thought my worth was tied to my relationship, that my happiness depended on someone else's approval. But the truth is, I had to come to terms with this powerful realization. I am worthy of so much more than toxic love. It took time, but I finally realized that breaking free wasn't about fixing the other person. It wasn't about trying to change them or waiting for them to become someone they weren't. It was about me, recognizing that I could live a life free of manipulation and emotional abuse. It was about understanding that I don't have to settle for anything less than I deserve. And that, my friends, is a huge turning point. Taking back control of your life means setting boundaries that protect your peace. It means making choices that align with your values, your goals, and your self-respect. You don't have to keep sacrificing yourself for someone who doesn't value you. You are allowed to say no more. You are allowed to choose you. When I finally recognized my own worth, I took that first step toward freedom. It wasn't easy, but it was the most important step I could have taken. And now, I make decisions based on what's best for my growth, my happiness, and my peace of mind. I'm in control of my life, and I don't have to let anyone else define my worth again. So, here's my challenge to you. It's time to recognize your own worth. You deserve better than the emotional roller coaster you've been on. You deserve to be treated with kindness, respect, and love. It's time to choose yourself. And it starts by recognizing that you're enough, just as you are. This is your life, and you have the power to reclaim it. Take Sarah's story. When she found out about her partner's affair, she felt crushed. But after months of reflection, she realized that she deserved more. She chose to walk away, not because she stopped loving him, but because she realized she couldn't heal in that relationship. Sarah focused on herself, regained her self-respect, and is now stronger and more confident than ever. We've covered a lot today. We've talked about the emotional toll of narcissistic relationships, how they drain you, confuse you, and make you question everything. We've explored the psychological manipulation that keeps you stuck in the cycle, leaving you feeling helpless and unsure of your reality. And we've also discussed the journey of recognizing your worth, understanding that you deserve better than what you've been accepting, and realizing that you have the power to take control of your life and your future. It's important to remember that it's okay to feel conflicted, confused, and even scared. These feelings are normal. This process is not easy and it doesn't happen overnight. But don't let that stop you from trusting yourself. The decision to heal and move forward is yours. You have the agency to choose your path, and even though it might feel overwhelming at times, you have the strength to take it one step at a time. Take your time with this process. Don't rush yourself or feel pressured to have everything figured out immediately. Healing is not linear, and each day is a step towards reclaiming your peace. Know that you deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel safe, loved, and respected by yourself and by others. And the choice to move towards that peace starts with you. No matter where you are on your journey, remember, you are not alone. You are not the only one who has faced the emotional struggle of leaving a toxic relationship. And there are people who care about you and want to help. It's okay to reach out for support, whether that's from friends, family, or a professional. Seeking help is a strength, not a weakness. It shows that you are taking control of your healing and that you recognize you don't have to do this alone. You deserve to be loved, respected, and valued for who you are. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. Your worth is not determined by someone else's actions, but by your own self-respect and the decisions you make for your future. And remember, your future is in your hands. The next chapter of your life is up to you, and it can be filled with peace, love, and empowerment. It all starts with you choosing to take that first step toward healing. Have you ever been in a situation like this? Have you faced the challenge of breaking free from a narcissistic partner, and what helped you overcome it? I'd love to hear your story. Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can support each other through this journey. It's so important to know that you're not alone, and by sharing, you can offer strength and wisdom to others who may be struggling with the same challenges. Your story matters, and connecting with others who understand what you're going through can be incredibly healing. So take a moment to share your experience, reflect on what has helped you, and let's keep this conversation going. You're not just helping yourself, you're helping others too. This part encourages viewers to actively engage by sharing their personal stories and insights, creating a sense of community and support. It fosters interaction and builds a deeper connection with the audience by making them feel seen and heard, and allowing them to be part of a collective healing experience. By prompting viewers to comment, the CTA helps increase engagement. It also cultivates a sense of belonging, where viewers feel part of a supportive community. This not only builds trust with your audience, but also encourages them to return and interact with future content. If you found this video helpful, I have more videos that dive deeper into healing from toxic relationships, setting healthy boundaries, and rebuilding your life after narcissistic abuse. Be sure to check them out. There's so much more to explore on this journey of growth and healing. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay connected and continue to receive support and guidance on your healing journey. Each step you take towards reclaiming your peace and happiness is a step worth celebrating. I'm here to help you every step of the way. Join the community by subscribing, and let's continue this journey together. You deserve all the love, support, and peace that's coming your way.